Hello, welcome to another episode of Mob Talks. Today I'm talking about just a quick my thoughts on car safety and more importantly active safety. Yesterday I was driving home from work in my panel van, which I have to use because I have to bring a lot of tools and things, and I was just momentarily looking down and looking for a knob or something, and the car in front of me, when I looked up again, was stationary, so I had to brake. Now it went okay, it wasn't really dangerous, but I sort of didn't know that. And this kind of safety tech isn't new, it's been around for many years. But sadly, while it's becoming better and it's becoming more and more normal with emergency braking systems and adaptive cruise control and that sort of thing, it really should have been here a long time ago. Not because we can't drive or we aren't paying enough attention, but because it gives us a safety net. For instance, if you have adaptive cruise control, this car doesn't have it, but I've driven a few that has. And the people who own cars with these kinds of systems that have sensor input of its surroundings all say the same thing. While it stop you from being in an accident, it makes the chances for you having one much smaller, and it makes you a safer person and a safer driver, because it takes, like now I have to keep all focus mostly this way, and of course all my surroundings, but we're humans, we can't look at all places at all times. That's just how it is. And if these kinds of active safety systems had been more implemented earlier, it would have probably saved many human lives, and it would have saved society a lot of money, because it makes you as a driver more aware of your surroundings in the way that you can relax it a little bit, and it takes the stress out of driving, particularly in stop-start traffic or in town situations where you have a lot of sensory input. You have people and cars and trams and all sorts of things. You can let the car take care of the traffic in front of you, because it can sense that, and it can keep the distance and keep the speed, and if need be it can stop and leave an emergency brake for you. That's not to say that you're not supposed to pay attention, you are, but you can use more of your energy to look more around you and be more aware of your total environment. And I really think it's a shame that a lot of these systems, they do exist, and they are very easily implemented, and they exist in many automakers' catalog of parts and of equipment. But more often than not, sadly, it's optional extras, and they cost money, and that makes a lot of people and companies, you're in a company, you try to keep your costs as low as possible, so you just buy the cheapest car you can for your employees. Me, for instance, you drive a lot, and that's a sad thing, because it would make you feel safer as a driver, and it would make you safer in the knowledge that if a situation should arise, your percentage chance of getting safely out of that situation would be much greater. if you had systems that could help you and assist you. This is after all driver assistance systems. And it would make you, you would just feel more comfortable and more relaxed, and that again would make you much more awake and make you a better driver. And that's what this is about. It's not about, oh, you have this and this and you can't drive, like a lot of people say, oh, anti-skid systems and all that. Oh, well, that's just stupid, now I can't have fun with my car. Well, that's not the point. The point is that it makes you a safer driver. That I've driven a lot of old cars, but particularly in winter conditions, situations can arise, and you're if you have had active safety systems or electronic safety systems, that situations probably wouldn't have arisen, and you wouldn't have gotten into that accident. That's what this is about. So I think it's a shame that the automakers try to make money in the name of safety. That's not the way it should have been. So, it's just the wrong way. But now I do know that there are new laws on the way that makes a lot of this compulsory, that you have to have it in new cars. But that doesn't help everyone who can't afford a new car. So you have to get something old, and then you're just as far as you were, sadly. Anyway, sorry for the rambling, but that was just my thoughts on the theme. Be safe and do pay attention while driving. Bye!